You suck, your business sucks, and you'll never be successful. How many people paid you $5 grand? You ever lied to anybody? Okay, real quick. Anything you see in here? It's over, bro. What's your belief system? You're married, yes, to a woman, or you let your wife wear pants? When I ask you for something and you don't give it to me, are you knowing that you're lying to me?
Lying?
You cannot move being this comfortable. But you be in the crib and your drawers just like, hey, yo. My job is to make you fail. My job is to make you quit. My job is to make you cry. But if you survive it, success is on the other side.
Something else that could be better. I'm always pushing to be better.
Trey, what's up, man?
What's good? How your day been?
It's been good.
That's good.
It's been good. I'm having a day.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want to say a bad day or, it's just it's a day.
Mm-hmm.
You have those?
Yeah, for sure.
How often?
I'm having them less often now than I used to. Before it was very consistent.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you think the major issues were?
Depression, sadness, overcoming my mind, fighting like doubt within my mind. That was my issues.
You're depressed?
Was I or am I?
Were you?
I was.
Over what?
My childhood.
You're still a child, Trey.
I'm not a child.
You're still in your childhood.
My childhood, like a child, a little child.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it carries over to like just recently?
Yeah, just when you don't deal with it or when you don't speak up, then yeah, it does.
What didn't you speak up about?
Not speaking up. That's the main thing. Not actually sharing my thoughts about how I feel about certain things. A lot of stuff I'm very quiet about. If somebody do me wrong, I just let it slide. So
I'm the same way, man.
Yeah.
Is something wrong with that?
Yeah, because when you tend to do that, then people start to treat you a certain way, or they know, oh, Trey's good. It's not gonna bother him. They'll do certain things, treat you a certain way.
I don't know. I've been that way for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I'm not gonna retaliate like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's only because I think it takes more energy to speak up, and then even when you speak up, it doesn't necessarily change anything.
In a sense. Then why don't you cut those people off?
I mean, I do.
In a way of actually saying it, or do you just not confront
I just stop talking to them.
I do the same.
Something wrong with that?
Mm.
So what's the problem?
What's the problem? I mean, I'm not at that space no more.
Yeah.
So I don't really know what that could have been.
All right. So when you were doing the thumbnails, and even kind of now, if someone asks for something and it takes you a long time to get it, does that have anything to do with depression or overwhelm?
That's a good question. I would say, for one, I don't think it has to do with either of them. I think it has to do with saying yes to people and not saying no within that moment.
Say that one more time.
I would think it has to do with saying yes to people. They ask you, can you do something? You say yes because you don't want to let them down, but in a sense, you still let them down by not fulfilling the job in the time that they need it.
So you'd rather tell people yes and then knowing. So hold on. When I ask you for something and you don't give it to me, are you knowing that you're lying to me in that moment?
Lying?
I'm like, yo. You're like, yo, I'm going to send it tonight. Do you know that you're not going to send it? Or
this is where I start to overextend myself, because in my mind, I'm like, all right, I'm going to get it done, but I'm burning myself out because I have the energy in the moment when I'm saying yes, but then after working the whole day, I may fall asleep, or, I may need more time to think on it. In a sense, I'm a perfectionist when it comes to designs, because I'll look at it and I'll be like, this is not right. And I don't want to send it to you, and then you tell me it's not right when I already know it's not. So I'd rather get it right the first time.
You built a brand of inconsistency.
I built the brand?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I know I'm working on that.
How are you working on it?
Because
But you still did it to me like last week.
last week. It was not last week.
It was last week.
That was not last week.
It was Trey. I think it was last week.
That was not last week.
Or at least 2 weeks ago, max.
Yeah. I would say, again, I would say it's just over promising, because in that moment, it's like, all right, I'm going to do it, but I maybe excelled out. But the way that I'm working on it is just by not saying yes to everything, not doing things that I may or may not have the capacity to do in that moment. So I'll just be honest.
So why don't you, what's your plan? What's your desire? Because you can't keep doing what you're doing.
Mm-hmm. I would say my plan is I want to be like a creative agency at some point. So how Tyler Perry Studios is, or Tiana Taylor's studio with Auntie's Productions, I want to get to that point, which means that I can't be the only one that continue doing the designs and doing the creative work. I have to then outsource the work.
How do you plan on cleaning up your brand? Because I don't know if I would imagine, only because I know Donnie was very frustrated with the ability to execute, and I have been as well. And people ask me for people who do graphics, and I'm almost forced to refer someone else.
Yeah.
Because there's a big possibility that you are not going to do what you say you're going to do.
I would say, so what's your question?
How do you feel about that?
How do I feel about it? I feel as though it's...
And am I tripping? And maybe it's just like on our side.
Yeah.
Maybe every other client is super satisfied.
Yeah.
Is that the case?
I would say no, that's not the case, because the main thing that you have been telling me for some time is to outsource the work, do the proper things. And now I feel as though I'm in a place where it's almost as if, how am I going to do that if I have built that inconsistency? And now when I'm now thinking in that moment, okay, now I need to outsource the work, it's like, all right, how are you going to get the clientele or pay the people to do it if you've built that brand of inconsistency, or built that habit, that character trait of inconsistency?
Yeah. Dang.
Yeah.
You may never get out of that hole.
I will. How?
And even if you go into a different market, you still take you with you.
Yeah, I do. And that's why I'm working on myself, going to the gym, writing what I know what I do, and I know where I need to pick up. I never sit there and try to point the finger at somebody else. So I take accountability for the things that I do or the actions that I make. One thing that I learned is you don't say sorry to somebody if you're going to do it again. So in that moment...
Said sorry to me mad times, Trey.
No, that was when I first started. Now it's like, all right, you know what you did, so it's no point in saying sorry, because in a sense, you don't even react to stuff. You just be like, all right.
Like, all right, Trey. I be trying not lie. I be trying like, and now I'm calling now and I'm saying, hey, Trey, if you can't do it, tell me no. I know you have a problem with that, telling people no. Are you fixing that?
Yeah. I would say.
How are you in relationships?
That's one thing that I need to work on in relationships. One habit that I've had growing up is when there's conflict, we don't really talk about it. It's just we move on.
Dang, I'm the same way, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, we share the same problem. So, how are you in relationships? When's the last relationship you had?
Back in high school.
Back in high school?
Yeah.
You've been out of high school for 2 years now?
When you ask how am I in relationships, I feel as though right now I'm emotionally unavailable, and I'm still learning how to communicate. I'm still learning how to, be fully transparent to somebody. One thing that you pointed out before is, with your wife, if there's conflict and you get mad, you just step away. Yeah. And that's what I do in a sense. If I'm aggravated by somebody, or if I'm annoyed or have something I need to work on, I'll just walk away. And when I'm ready to talk again, then I'll do that.
So you haven't been in a relationship in 2 years. Do you date now?
No.
Not at all?
I feel as though it's not the time for that. I need to work on myself.
Do you want to date? Do you have that desire, though, to?
Yeah, at some point. Not now.
What's your sexual preference?
A woman.
I don't know. I would assume, but I can't assume it. So when you're out, do you be like, ooh, wow, dude?
Yeah, it was somebody at the Go Get Her link up that I was like, she looked good.
Really?
Yeah.
You ain't say nothing, no? Why ain't you know who it is? Why didn't you tell your co-host?
Why didn't tell them what?
Why didn't you tell her, yo, that's my vibe right there?
I did. I showed them the picture.
So he showed you?
Yeah, but it was like...
It was quick.
Yesterday. It just happened 2 days ago.
Oh, it just happened today. Oh, yeah. When it's far enough removed to where nobody can reach out to her. Why ain't say nothing? Let me see.
Nah.
Let me see who it is. I want to see your type.
Calm down, Jamal.
I can't see your type. You saw it? You saw her?
He didn't see it.
Why you trying to hide your type? Was she cute?
I don't really remember. It was quick.
What's up with you?
Nah, I showed them quickly. It wasn't like a thing like, oh, this is the one.
But why didn't you? I mean, it's something that you want. Why not go get it? It was the Go Get Her link up. You talking about you're a go getter. Go get her.
Yo.
How old are you?
I'm 20.
20 years old. You think you're going to be successful?
I know that I'm going to be successful. What'd you say?
How do you know? Why are you so sure?
I don't think you do something consistently, and I don't think that you get to certain levels and it just don't work out.
There are cases.
I'm
There are
not that
cases.
case.
I don't even believe you're that case, but I'm saying there are cases. There are possibilities and dangers of failure. And whoever you are as you get older starts to amplify.
Yeah.
So your inconsistency may amplify. And the more you do it and the longer you are who you are, the harder it is to get out of that.
Yeah.
And if you do more, if you're doing something consistently and you're not improving and you're consistently doing the wrong thing, you'll end up with more of the wrong thing.
Ooh, you just reminded me of something. You said, how am I in relationships? So not romantically, but I noticed that with a guy and a woman, with clients that I work with, because how you do one thing is how you do everything, right? So I noticed that when with the guys, I don't have a strong relationship with them. And it's not that I don't like them or anything. It's just hard for me to communicate. But with a girl, it's like it seems easier. And I feel as though that stems from not having the best relationship with my father or my stepdad, neither.
Yeah, I feel that. Women are always safer to talk to.
Yeah.
They judge less because they don't have what we have and they're not us. So it's not a competition. So that's natural.
Yeah.
That's natural. And plus, maybe one of your female friends, you know what I mean? You might end up dating. You never know.
Never know.
You never know.
Never know.
You never know.
Never know. We're going to be out in these streets one day. It's like,
Do you feel more confident now that you lost weight?
yeah. Before it was like, it's Fat Albert. It's like, nah. But yeah, so one time I had got to the point when I was doing boxing, I got to like the weight goal that I wanted. And then during that time of being depressed, I just stopped caring. But now I know I can't do that no more, because then that will lead back to the inconsistency. You lose weight, then you gain it when you don't feel like doing it or when you don't care about yourself or your appearance enough. And that's going to only grow the older I get.
That's true.
And it's going to be harder when you're pushing 70 and you try and get that weight off.
Yeah.
And you can't.
But where's the confidence come in at now that you've lost weight? Because I would think you slim now. You could have went up to a young lady like, yo, what's up? What we doing?
I feel as though the internal work still got to be done. Yeah, outer appearance can look good, but you can still be all messed up inside.
When I first got braces, immediately I got more confident.
Braces? That made you more confident?
Yeah.
Not after?
Well, I'm saying when I got braces and my teeth started coming together because my teeth were like split,
Like
separated.
pianos?
It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. But it was yeah, I just didn't want to smile. You You see these influencers now, they get new teeth and start smiling.
Yeah, they got the horse teeth.
Yeah.
Veneers pop out.
You got too many teeth, my man. But I think I became more confident. You don't think your outer appearance gives you more confidence to say, like, do you look in the mirror a lot? A lot?
Not a lot, not excessively. But you got to see yourself when you get in the shower.
But you be in the crib and your drawers just like, are you still
Nah.
Are you pleased with your appearance?
Now I am.
Do you think you're attractive?
Do I? Do you even give yourself that? Are you supposed to look at yourself that way?
I don't know. I know some people that know they're attractive.
Never thought about it.
You never thought about it? You thought about it.
I thought about how I look, but I never been like, oh yeah, you the man.
No, whether you say you're the man or you're like, you're not the man, but you have an opinion about like how you look. Like Finesser, he is the most attractive person that he knows. He's like, yo, I'm attractive. My question for you is, do you think you're attractive? Your face.
I would say so, yeah.
Think so?
Yeah. Do you think you're attractive?
A little more than I was, but for the longest, I just knew I wasn't attractive. Especially when I was your age, I knew for sure I wasn't attractive.
Yeah. I had some rough moments. Like, rough.
Because I just know I can't, I know I'm not going to be able to talk to a woman that's too pretty because I'm not attractive.
I would agree. But I feel as though everybody looks at themselves in a different way. You may perceive yourself in a way based off of what others think or what you think.
Yeah.
And sometimes attraction is not just in looks. You can be attractive in your spirit, the way you come across people, the way you treat people. You can have a pretty face and be the most terrible person in the world. So,
what's more attractive, your face or your spirit?
I feel like at some point you gotta be honest there. But
What's your answer?
I feel it's a mixture of both. You gotta look at least up to par in some.
What's your number? Like, what do you think someone's gonna rate you?
I don't know. I honestly haven't thought about that.
You thought about it, Trey.
No, I haven't. A number?
If you knew you was a dime piece, you would have walked up to that girl.
Hey, yo.
Am I right? If you knew you was a 10, right? I mean, there's some women that are attractive. Now, they may not go up to a man, but they know if they put themselves in the right position, had the right smell, oh, I got them.
Yeah.
You feel like that? You feel like that? You feel like that?
Yeah, I know it.
Like I got that, you know what I mean? That sauce. So what's your number?
I don't have a number.
If you had to give one. What's Yanni? What's Yanni's number? If you...
I don't know.
You don't know because she's right here, but everybody has a rating. They'll just throw themselves, you know what I mean? They'll, oh yeah, she about an 8, strong 7.5, you know what I mean?
Annie's pretty.
Give me a number.
8.
You're 8? You think you're 8? What do you think you are? You're a 9? Only an 8 though, right?
9.
No, you can't say
10.
9. Zell, what's Yanni?
That is married.
She's.
You still know the numbers? You still know the numbers?
She cool.
He's like, bro, I'm not going down that
Like, I
rabbit
gotta
hole.
go home to my wife.
My wife is the only 10 in the world. Reese, Yanni, what's your number?
8, but that's because she's not my type.
You about an 8.
Yeah.
There, hey,
Somebody may think she's.
a 12.
I'm saying, and she probably thinking in my head like, he just rated me an 8. Like, who do you think he is?
Okay, you have a number for Yanni. You got one for yourself. You can't be naive to the number system. What do you think you are?
I don't know. Probably like a 6.
It's a very honest answer.
I'm honest.
I think I'm a 7. I was a 6. Yeah, I was a 6.
But sometimes it's that the one that you got to dust off a little bit. Then it'll be cool.
Are you the one that got to dust off a little bit?
I don't know. I feel as though some parts of that question, it has to be off of somebody else's judgment. Because you could think all you want.
Yeah, but I think it's a good to at least assess yourself. So you're about a 6.
Yeah.
That's honest. So you did have a number. You just didn't want to tell me.
As you made me think
That
about
was,
one.
yeah, that was you lying to me again.
That was
I don't
not
have
me
one.
lying.
I don't know. I don't have it. The whole time he's saying I don't know, he's thinking, yeah, I'm about a 6.
I didn't have that number originally. Then you say, do Yanni, then you ask Zell, he married. You about to have him have a divorce.
This is so funny. Okay, so tell me about your confidence.
My confidence, I feel as though it goes up and down. I care a lot about what people think, and I know that.
How do we build that? How do we build your confidence up, Trey? Something needs to be done. Because I think once you start, I knew a guy in college, bro. He was so not aesthetically pleasing. Now, I know I was a 6.5 back then. He was,
That is wild.
it was crazy, bro. But if you were to talk to him, there's no number less than 10 that he would tell you about himself. And what was happening was you see him with these girls, these baddies.
He
And
probably
I'm
could
like,
make them giggle. You know what they say? You know what they say?
He wasn't funny, but I think he was confident. And I think women are attracted to a certain level of confidence, which I think in business, people are attracted to a certain level of confidence as long as you can deliver.
Yeah,
I think if we raise your confidence, you'll do a lot better in life.
for sure.
How do you want to go about it?
How do I want to go about it? I would say caring less about what others think, which I am getting to that point. Before, I used to be afraid with posting, thinking about, oh, what if this fails? Now I'm failing in front of everybody. Even the whole perception of everybody thinks, oh, he has inconsistency. I know y'all be having conversations. I know. And so that'll play mind games on me. Where it's like, dang, what is Dave saying? What is Donnie saying?
Well, the good news is in anything I don't talk negatively about you. Everything I've ever said, I probably said it to you.
Yeah.
The most I'd be like, if and nobody asked me, but if someone's like, yo, can Trey do a flyer? I would probably say, yeah, it's going to look really good. Maybe take a little while.
Yeah. You did it to Neo.
Huh?
You did it with Neo.
Yeah. But I'm always going to give you your props. You're super talented. But once you start getting systems together, you'll become more confident.
Yeah. Even with the graphics, that's been the main thing. Am I confident enough to send this work? A lot of times I'll send work and I'll be like, I don't like it. It's something else that could be better. I'm always pushing to be better. So I'll be really debating on if I want to send the final product. Because even sometimes once I send it, I don't like it. But one thing I've been learning is you may not always have to like it. If the client say it's good, then you should be fine with it. And even over time, then I start to like it over time. But I just always try to push myself to be better.
I want you to work on your confidence, okay? Promise?
Yeah.
All right.
I need
Good
a
job.
business coach.
Yes, sir. All right, I gotta take my kids. If you like the video that you just watched, click this one. You're gonna like this one, maybe even more. Click it right now.